Hello guys and welcome back to another video on Sports Reels, and today me and Monster Sports 11 are going to be predicting the Tennessee Titans 2021 schedule. So if you didn't know already, I'm predicting every single one of the NFL teams' schedules, starting with the AFC East, then I did the AFC North, and now I'm to the AFC South. Last video I did the Texans, and now I'm on to the Titans. And also, if you want to check out all the videos, they're in the icon right now and the description below. They're going to be in one playlist. So during our predictions, my predictions are going to be on the left, and Monster Sports 11 is going to be on the right. So we're going to say who do you think we're going to win, a reason why, and the score. So let's get right into it. Are you ready, Monster Sports 11?
Yep.
All right. So week one, the Tennessee Titans are playing the Arizona Cardinals, and I think this will be a good game, mainly because both teams have a pretty good offense. Like the Titans, they have Julio Jones. I know people are saying he's a little old, he was a little overrated. I don't think that's true. I think the Titans got a pretty good deal for him at the price. They traded like a second round pick, I'm pretty sure, and maybe like another pick or a player. But I think the Titans really needed him. It helps in their receiving core a lot because now they have AJ Brown and they have Julio Jones. They lost a couple players. I think they lost a receiver and they lost Jonnu Smith, which is big for their team since he was a big receiving factor. So I think that's going to help them now. And on the defensive side, they've improved. They got they got Bud Dupree from the Steelers, and they got Caleb Farley from the draft. And Caleb Farley, I know people are saying there's some concerns with his back injury. I think he'll be fine, but in general, it takes cornerbacks a little while to develop, so he might not have a good first season, but I'm pretty sure he'll have a pretty decent one, and much needed help for their secondary. So, with all that accounted for, I think they have improved more than the Cardinals have over the season, and I don't think the Cardinals will be able to stop Derrick Henry, the main factor of their offense, and I think he'll plow through them, allowing them to win. I think they'll win. I'll go 28-13 victory for the Titans.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be closer because both teams have improved a lot this offseason. And I think it's going to be an offensive battle. And I have the Titans winning 31-28. I think Julio is going to score his first touchdown as a Titan in this victory.
All right, moving on to week two versus Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson drama happened in the offseason. People said he might leave. There were trade talks between him and the Bears, but nothing ever happened. I think the Bears offered a lot for Russell Wilson, but the Seahawks still declined. But I still think the Seahawks are a pretty good team. They're not going to be as good as last year, especially now that the other teams in their division are better. I think that division's like the best division in football. They're the 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, all those teams are playoff capable teams. So it's gonna be tough for the Seahawks this year. Their O line needs some help. Also, I'm pretty sure their defense last year wasn't too great. Their secondary rebounded, but still they let up a lot of yards, especially to even so not some great quarterbacks like Cam Newton. They let up 300 yards to him, which is not good. But I think the Seahawks are still going to put up a fight, but the Titans will come up on top, 21-13. All right, your
Okay.
fourth on Sports 11.
I have the Titans winning another close game. Um, I have them winning 17-10. I think it'll be closer. But yeah, I think the Titans will win 17-10 since I think their defense is more improved, and I think their defense will step up in this game.
All right, now playing the Colts, and I think either the Colts or Titans will win this division. Both of these teams are good and improved. The Colts, they have the one of the best offensive line, if not the best offensive line in the league, and also they have a very high-powered defense. And they got Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz, he's sort of a mixed bag because he did play really bad last season, but some people it says because of his O line. But now he has the best O line in the league, in my opinion. So I think there should be no excuse for him to play bad now. I think he'll have a mediocre season. I think he'll play like Philip Rivers did, not like insane, but like good enough so that their defense can carry them to wins. And I think this will not happen against the Titans though. I think the Titans will get past. I think the Titans will actually win this game, but it's going to be really close. One of the closest games of the year for the Titans. I think the Titans will dominate the air attack with Julio Jones and AJ Brown. And also, I think Derrick Henry, he won't have a really good game, but he'll have a pretty decent game, maybe 100 yards or close to 100 yards. And the Titans will win. I'm going 28-24.
Yeah. I have the Titans keeping their undefeated season alive. I know it's only 3 games, but they're all against good teams. And I have them winning 17-10 again. I know I'm not the best when it comes to score predictions, but I have them winning 17-10. I think
Yeah.
it's
I
going to be a
think in the
battle.
last video you had like the same score like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a battle of both sides of the ball on both teams. It's like just going to be a battle, and it's going to be 17-10 Titans.
All right, going on to week 4 versus the New York Jets, and I think the Titans are finally going to have like a more of a relaxed game because we know the Jets, they have improved over the offseason, but they're still far from competing like a team with the Titans. I think the Titans will blow past them 33-10. I think Derrick Henry will have like an insane game. The air attack will be good since the Jets secondary isn't very well. And on the offensive side, Zach Wilson will try to put up some points, but the Titans' defense is still, it's not like insane, but it's still average. But now with their improved secondary, they'll do better. So I'm going 33-10 Jets. I mean Titans over Jets.
Yeah. I have like a blowout too. I have the Titans winning 24-3. I think the Jets aren't good enough to win this game. I know I picked the Jets over the Titans in your Jets video, but in this one I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay, moving on to week 5 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I think the Jaguars, there's people are like they will do better than last season. Of course, they went 1-15. Now they have a better team, but I feel like the Jaguars are still lacking in a lot of categories. But they'll have a better season. They'll still get like a top 10 pick for sure, in my opinion. But they're going to improve. They got Trevor Lawrence. I think he'll have a pretty good season. Not like as insane of a season, mainly because the players around him aren't too great. But he'll still have a pretty solid season. But the Titans will still beat them. I'm going 25-6.
Okay, I have a closer game than you. I have the Titans winning 15-3. As you said, I don't see the Jags winning that many games this year like you, and I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. And yeah, they'll have a top 10 pick as well.
What score?
15-3.
15-3. Okay. Now, going on to week 6 versus the Buffalo Bills. I think this will be another really close game. Both teams are really strong, but we saw what happened last year. The Titans beat the Bills and actually beat them by like 1 or 2 possessions. I know like the Bills had a bad game that week. Plus, it was like a COVID game because like the game had to get rescheduled. But the thing was, the Titans were the team that had the COVID issues and no practices, not the Bills. So that's the issue for Buffalo. And I think just it'll be a close game. This game could go either way, but I feel like the Bills are just gonna not play that well this game. Josh Allen will have like an interception or two. I just feel like even with the interceptions by Josh Allen, still gonna be close, but the Titans will barely pull off a victory, 31-24. I think mainly because the run game of Derrick Henry and maybe some of the air attack.
I have the Titans taking their first L of the season. I have them losing 27-24. It's going to be a battle of the offenses, but I think the Bills' defense is going to clutch up at the end to seal the win.
All right. So now moving on to week 7 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think this will be the big test for the Titans if they can beat the AFC powerhouses. And no, they will not. I think they'll lose by like 2 possessions or something. This Chiefs team, now that they have their good O-line, I don't see them like losing any game by a lot of points. Like they could get upsetted once or twice. It happens to most teams. Only like twice in NFL history, a team undefeated in the regular season. I just feel like this Chiefs team is just almost unbeatable at this point. They like developed basically a super team. The only reason they lost, not the only reason, but the Super Bowl, their main loss, why they lost is the bad O line. They've improved their O line, so now I think the Chiefs are gonna be unstoppable. I'm going 35-18 against the Titans.
I think everyone's overrating this Chiefs team. I don't think they're going to do that as good as everyone's saying. And I think the Titans are going to win this game 35-21, and they're going to bounce back from losing to the Bills.
All right. Now coming up is the Colts for their rematch, and I think the Colts are actually going to win this time. Like I said, I'm not going to repeat the reasons, but I just feel like these games are going to be really close and could go either way. And this time, it's going to go in favor of the Colts. I'm going the Colts winning 24-17.
That's funny because I have the same exact outcome. Colts winning 24-17.
Yeah, it's like a pretty common score also. All right, now moving on to week 9 on Sunday Night Football versus the Rams. It's like the Rams defense is really good and the Titans offense is really good. And the Rams offense is mediocre and the Titans defense is mediocre. But the Rams are a different team now with Matthew Stafford at the helm. He's a pretty elite quarterback. It's hard to see that with his time in Detroit, but we all know he's a pretty good quarterback. I think the Rams are going to have a really good season this year with him. I think they're going to probably win their division in my opinion. I think that, and they'll beat the Titans as well. I think they're gonna beat the Titans 28-15. I just feel like this Rams defense is so good, and now with their offense being good, because last season the only thing stopping them was their bad offense. Like not bad, but like sometimes it was atrocious. And I think now with Matthew Stafford, they're gonna be really hard to defeat. And I just feel like they're just gonna blow past the Titans. I think I said like 35-7-15. All right, you're up on Sports 11.
I have the Rams beating Titans barely 31-28. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Rams can edge this one out because of their defense. And I think Jalen Ramsey is going to lock up Julio in this game.
Yeah, I could see that happening also. All right, now moving on to Week 10 versus Jameis Winston Saints. The Saints team, like, it's different now. Like, Drew Brees was their quarterback for more than 10 years, so it's going to be a big change for them. But Jameis Winston, I mean, he is not, like, the best quarterback because of his turnover problems, but some people blame that on, like, Bruce Arians' offense. But we saw with Tom Brady, like, he did have some turnovers, but he got used to it. But Jameis Winston also puts up a lot of yards, so he's like high risk, high reward quarterback. But I think that's not going to be enough to beat the Titans. The Titans will get a pretty simple win here. I have them winning 20-3. I just feel like the Saints team is not going to have a good season. I know, like, all the main thing is they lost their quarterback, but they had to lose a lot of players because of salary cap issues. So I think that will allow the Titans to easily win.
Yeah. I have the Titans beating the Saints 35-20. I think Jameis Winston's going to have a decent game, but in the end, I think he's going to lose.
All right, moving on to Week 11 versus the Texans. And you can see in the Texans video, I had them going 0-17. I don't think the Texans team is capable of winning a game. I mean, they might win a game or two, like an upset or something like that. But in general, I don't think they're really capable. I saw them having a close game go 28-20. I just feel like because it's a division rival, sometimes there's upsets and sometimes it comes close. So that's the main reason why. But in general, Titans winning this 28-20.
I know this is not going to happen, but it's just fun to think about. I think the Titans will win 70-10.
What the hell?
Texans
70-10.
Texans are gonna turn the ball over 5 or 6 times, and Titans are gonna capitalize every single time.
See, a lot of games could go to the 70s or stuff, but usually after they're winning by a lot, they usually just put in their backups and they don't do much. All right, now going on to Week 12 versus the New England Patriots. This Patriots team is different, like I said in my other video. Last season they still went 7-9, I think, with that team, and that team was not what it is now. In general, it's has the same big players, but they got good additions. They got Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. They got who's that wide receiver they got? Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, they got Nelson Aguilar, and on the defensive side they got some rookies. And they got Mac Jones, but I'm predicting these games as if Cam Newton is still in. But I think even with Cam Newton in, I think it's going to be a close game, but the Titans are going to edge them out. Mainly because even when they played the Patriots in the wild card 2 years ago, that Patriots team was much better, and the Titans team was worse than it is now, and they still won. And I think still the Titans are going to win. Mainly because I think they're still not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. I know they improved their defensive line, but Derrick Henry is just a different breed. But it's going to be close, 27-21. All right, you're up.
I have the Titans winning 35-20 again. I just don't see the Patriots winning this game. Titans are insane now that they added Julio Jones, and their defense got better, so that just gives them the higher advantage.
All right, now onto week 13. It's their bye week, so I'll just be like going over the current records we have for him. So I have the Titans being 9-3 at their bye week, and Monster Sports 11 has them being 9-3 also. So both of us have them having a pretty high record. They would probably be either leading their division or close, and being at the top of the AFC playoff race. All right, now going into week 14. Wait. Oh yeah, week 14. Yeah, sorry, I'd read that wrong. I have the Titans playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm going to actually have an upset here. I'm going to have the Jaguars winning this. I know, like I said before, the Jaguars are no competition to beat the Titans, but they're not in competition. But you can see upsets happen all the time for like no reason at all. They could just because that team just plays really bad one week, and I feel like that's going to happen this week. I feel like their defense is going to fall apart. Trevor Lawrence is just going to dot them up. Jameson Robinson's going to have a good game, and the offensive side, I think they're going to stink like Ryan Tannehill will not be throwing good passes, and they're going to stop Derrick Henry. It's going to be like a one-time thing. In general, this Jaguars team is like much worse than the Titans, but upsets happen a lot. I think this will be one of them. I'm going to have the Jaguars winning. I'm going to go 28-10.
Wow. I have the Titans winning this one 35-10. I don't know how you have the Jags winning this because I don't think the Jags will win
You
this.
also did have a 70-10 game.
I know, but the Texans suck.
I guess so. All right, now going on to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Tennessee Titans. I have the Titans winning this. I think they're going to recover from their embarrassing defeat to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-14. I think their defense will just stop Ben Roethlisberger. They'll get some turnovers, and they'll capitalize off them, giving them the dub. 28-14, Titans.
Okay. So it's the Steelers game now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Titans winning this one 24-10.
All right. Now playing the San Francisco 49ers. And I think this 49ers team is going to be much different than last year, mainly because last year the injuries plagued their team. That's one of the main reasons why they did so bad. But now with their injured players back and with the new quarterback possibly, I don't know who's starting at this point. I believe Trey Lance. I believe Jimmy Garoppolo probably will start for the first couple weeks. Then he'll probably play not so great, and then Trey Lance will come in. But I think regardless of the quarterback they have in, I feel like the Titans are going to win it. It's still going to be a close game. I feel like it's going to be our defensive-sided battle, and the Titans will come out barely. I feel like the last drive, the Titans will finally get their offense back rolling, and they'll score 13-6 victory for the Titans.
So this is the 49ers game?
Yeah.
I have the 49ers pulling off an upset, winning 18-13.
Okay, 18-13. All right, now going on to Week 17 versus the Miami Dolphins, and I think the I said Texans. I think the Titans will actually lose this game. I just feel like Tua will have a good game. I feel like the Dolphins' defense is going to stop the Titans' wide receivers, and in the run game, I feel like Derrick Henry will have an okay game, but it won't be enough to get the Titans' victory. It's still going to be a high-scoring game, but I feel like the Dolphins' defense will do just enough to stop the Titans, and they'll win 35-21. All right, you're up, Monster Sports 11.
Who are they playing?
The Dolphins.
I think they can win against the Dolphins 35-14. I think it should be an easy game. I think Tua Tagovailoa, I think that's how you say it, is gonna play horrible this game, and that's not gonna be good for them.
All right, now it's the Texans versus the Titans in the final week of the season. And I could see the Texans winning this game if the Titans play their backups. Because in the last week of the season, some teams play their backups. But like I said, like in the previous videos, I'm predicting these games as if there are no backups playing. Like they just play the game like normally how it is. And I have the Titans winning this one 25-13. It's going to be a bigger score than last time. I just feel like this, like I said before, this Texans team isn't very good. But since they're in the same division, I feel like sometimes the games get a little closer than usual.
Yeah. I think the Titans are going to play their backups because I think they'll easily make the playoffs. And I think they're going to lose 24-13 because hopefully by then Deshaun Watson will be back if he's even going to play a season. And I think, yeah, they should win 24-13 against the Titans' backups.
All right. So our final predictions are: I have the Titans going. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. So I have the Titans being 12-5, and Monster Sports 11 has the Titans being. Let me quickly count. You have them being 13-4. So Monster Sports 11 had one more game than winning, but still, in general, we had a pretty close record of what the Titans are going to be. And I believe
what do I have them going?
You had them going 13-4.
Okay.
I believe that they're gonna win the division, or it's gonna be close. Either win or the Colts will win, and I feel like they'll probably be in a range from the second seed to the second to fifth seed. They'll be somewhere in there. What do you think seed they'll be?
Yeah, somewhere around then there too.
All right, so that's our predictions. Remember to comment down below what you think their Titans record will be, and also comment down below what you think of our predictions. And remember to subscribe to me and Monster Sports 11. His link will be in the description below. And check out my main channel, Pat Rules. That link will also be in the description below. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.